my most common phrases in life was, what is the point? What is the point? Why do I exist? Why am I here? Why creation? What is the point? And I would sit and I would think about where I was going in the future. You know, as I got older, as I was graduating from high school and contemplating going into college or into Bible school, I was trying to figure out life, and I kept going, what is the point? It seemed like the writer of Ecclesiastes, when I would take my heart to the heights and I would go, I could be, you know, a doctor or a lawyer or a musician, and I could take my heart and my imagination to the very heights of what life had to offer. And then in my heart, I would go, so I do that for 50 years and then I die. I die. I die. What was the point? What was the point of that 50 years or 70 years? What was the point? I grew up in a Christian home, so I was saved when I was very young. I grew up with very godly parents, with the knowledge of God, and so I knew where I was going as far as heaven or hell. So it wasn't a matter of knowing where I was going; it was a matter of knowing why I was here. I used to think, if the only point of creation is that you want to save me so that I can be with you in eternity, why don't you just kill me when you save me? I used to say, when I get saved, instead of this whole process, this whole walk it out for 70 years, why didn't you just save me and then kill me? I don't get it. And I would ask the Lord, what is the point? And so I had this longing and this quest for relevance. Relevance meaning the reason, the why behind the what. The reason for it all. How many of you can relate to those kinds of questions? Have you ever found yourself pondering, why are we here? Like, where did this thing all start? Where is this thing going? Why are we here? We meaning all of creation. I also had a real sense of the frailty of life, meaning that 70 years is not that long. I mean, think about how the last 10 years of your life, it comes and goes pretty quickly. You know what I'm saying? And old people used to always tell me that, but I always felt it even when I was young. When I was 14 and 15, I would feel like time was running out. Have you ever had that feeling like time is running out? I remember being 17 years old, and I'm pacing in my hallway. I was always full of energy, you know, and I was talking out loud. Nobody was listening to me. I was just talking. My mother was in the kitchen cooking dinner. My sister was in her bedroom doing something, and I was going, I'm 17 years old. The world is going to hell. I'm doing nothing. I'm sitting in Podunkville, because I lived in a little tiny town, a homeschool, didn't have a lot of friends at all. And I'm pacing back and forth, and I'm going, I'm going to die. Time is running out, and I'm doing nothing. I'm doing absolutely nothing. And I'm railing, you know, and I can just hear my mom in the kitchen, calm down, Misty, calm down. And my sister like, oh, brother, there she goes again. And I'm like, what is the point? What am I doing? Where's the impact? I had this desire for impact. It was pulsing in my being, like impact. It drove me to do anything. I wanted to make a mark, to make a difference, just to do something that mattered with this breath called life. And I had the urgency that I was growing up really, really fast, and I needed to do something really quick because I was going to die any minute. And the truth is, you are going to die really soon. 70 years, 80 years, you know, maybe 100, however long you live, is not very long compared to billions and billions and billions and billions of years of eternity. Have you ever just sat and thought about forever? I love this thought. I remember being 5 years old on my swing set, and I was going forever. Except I couldn't say my R's, so I was going forever, forever. And I was saying it over and over and over again, forever, 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 forever. And I jump off my swing set, run inside, and I'm freaking out. Mom, how long is forever? How long is forever? You know that feeling when you just sit and you think about it's never going to end, never going to end. You're going to go on and 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 on. It blows your mind. Eternity. And then what is the point of this little beginning of the beginning of the beginning of the beginning stage called life as we know it? This is the womb of eternity. That means that we've only just begun. And when you're 70 years old, you've still only just begun. But there's something that the Lord is after, something that he's trying to form in us in this moment of time, in this moment, this breath. The Psalm says that life is a vapor. Have you ever seen a vapor like in a hot coffee cup? You know, the vapor, it just kind of rises and gone. Isaiah said that all flesh was grass, and all men were like flowers of the field, here today and gone tomorrow. What are you doing? What am I doing? What is the point? So I went on a quest. I said, I have to know what this 70 years is about, because it's going to be over in just a minute, and I better be able to stand before the uncreated and say, I did it. I did the thing I was supposed to do. I did it. I knew I was going to be there in a minute. And even as I got a little bit older, as eternity began to press on my heart, I wrestled with these questions more and more. You know, I was 19 years old, which, how many of you are 19? Do we have any 19-year-olds? How about 18? 17? Oh, we got a lot of 17. When I was 19 years old, I was diagnosed with cancer. That's very young to have cancer. When you're 19 years old and you're diagnosed with cancer, you have to ask the hard questions. What if I die? What if I die this year? What if I die next month? The truth is, all of us should be asking these questions right now. All of us should be asking these questions all of the time. You should live like you're going to die, because you are going to die. You are going to die. I know this is not a real pepper-upper speech, but you are going to die. Probably, 50 years will come and go like that if you make it until you're old. Many people don't. And I'm not just talking about salvation, but what are you doing with your life? What are you doing? And what is it that God from heaven is looking down on the creation? And what is he looking for? This is the question that we have to answer. If we are going to answer the question of relevance, we have to answer the question of what is God looking for? Because God is the author of this whole show. He's the one that wrote the script. He's the creator. He's the one that planned it all up. He's the dreamer of the dream that you're walking in. He's the one that came up with this whole bright idea. You know, creation wasn't just some kind of, sometimes we think that God was like some kind of mad scientist in heaven, just kind of messing around with different mixtures, and oh, poof, there's creation. Oh, no. Well, now what? What do I do now? It wasn't an accident. He had a plan. He had a vision. He had a dream. He had a goal. He had an aim. And you are right in the center of it. You are right in the center of it. But in order to find the answer to the relevance of your life, you have to answer the question, what was God looking for? Now think about God. God has everything. He's God. He's God. He's like a shoreless ocean. He has no edge. Nothing is outside of him. Nothing is hidden from him. He's God. He can do anything he wants. He could have created any way he wanted. He could have written the script any way he wanted. He could have done anything he wanted. He has everything right at his fingertips. Everything is his. What could he possibly want? Nothing is hidden from him, yet he's searching. What is he searching for? Have you ever asked him, what are you looking for? What are you looking for? What are you looking for? Because when you discover what God is looking for, you will discover what you're looking for. Because he's the creator. He's the author. He formed you. He fashioned you. He knows you from the inside out. He knows your frame. He knows your heart. He knows the longings of your heart. He knows the pain of your life. He knows you, and he formed you and fashioned you with a purpose and a dream. It's not in vain. It's not a waste. There's something bigger going on, and we have to tap into this bigger reality of the dream of God's heart. When you discover what God is looking for, you will find